Well, here we are outside the convention centre. Yes, there is a sun. Yes, there are some clouds. And I'm with Miss Ecotourism Australia, Kym Cheetham. You're the CEO of Ecotourism Australia. What does ecotourism mean?
Well, ecotourism is about nature-based tourism that actually goes the extra step in actually giving the tourists a fully immersive experience, helps them understand where they are, and plays a part in conservation.
Let me stop you there. There were some big words there. Fully immersive experience? Now, is that a spa, or is it... Just explain that a little.
You don't just travel through nature, you're actually in nature, you learn about nature. Hopefully you go away going, what a fantastic place, this should be kept forever. And that's what an immersive, hopefully life-changing. People go, this is important, this is special, this should be here for my grandkids.
And is this a part of this only leave footsteps behind sort of scenario?
Yeah, it's minimal impact, it's respecting where you are and wanting to keep it and preserve it.
So this isn't about not going to places and sort of just locking places away and stuff like that. You can't go there because there's a green tree frog or something. This is about going there, experiencing these places and making sure they're protected for the future. Tell me about Eco Lodges Australia. How does that fit into it?
So Eco Lodges is a new marketing brand that we started last year, and these accommodation places are advanced eco-certified, which means they're the best of the best when it comes to ecotourism. They contribute to conservation, they actually are minimal impact, and they like their guests to understand and be educated about the environment. So they are the pinnacle in accommodation. So Eco Lodges is a bandied around term a lot globally. So we wanted to give travellers the opportunity to go, these guys aren't just calling themselves Eco Lodges, they're Eco Lodges, and they have third-party assessment to say they are a true environmentally friendly, conservation-focused accommodation.
So this goes much further than the hotels who say they're environmentally friendly and do that thing about, putting the towels on the floor or on the rack or whatever. This is really serious about the environment, and you're just using it. There's another word bandied around a lot called sustainability. What does sustainability mean in relation to Eco Lodges?
Well, to be eco-certified, you have to have triple bottom line sustainability, which means you have to run a good business, you have to look after the environment and manage the environment, and you have to work with your community and with conservation. And those three areas make it a triple bottom line sustainability. So to us, that's true sustainability. You've got to run a good business, you've got to be kind to the environment, and you've got to work well with your community, and those are the three keys.
So this isn't about, the sort of, and I hate to use the word the greenies, but, sort of build a fence around it, don't let anybody ever go to see it. This is about making sure businesses and communities survive, and these lodges, sort of inject money and economic wealth and create jobs. So that's what sustainability is about.
Yeah, absolutely. We think that people don't value what they don't know. And so if you lock away natural areas, then people don't know why it's locked away. If you find ways for people to get in there and in a minimal impact way understand why it's preserved, then they want to protect it. Then they will support national parks. Then they will support funding to preserve natural areas. So people don't care about stuff they don't understand. So that's why ecotourism actually helps them understand why it's important to...
And do you think this is an important leverage for communities as well, though? Because all of a sudden do they start seeing the benefits and then realising they've got these amazing sort of jewels on their own doorstep that need to be protected, and yet have people come to see them that still puts money into the economy?
Oh, absolutely. I think to build regional economies, to build local jobs, and we know that there are other industries that can do that as well. But the thing with tourism is that it's not finite. There could be a tourism industry in a regional economy in 200, 300, 400 years' time. So why not actually build it around these motivations for people to travel, which is about the natural environment?
Where does Australia rate in the ecotourism sort of world, if you like? Because everywhere you go in the world today, and I travel obviously extensively, we've got eco lodges, environmentally sensitive areas, we're looking after the country, whereas I think many countries we travel to, it's not true, and I think it's lip service. Where does Australia fit into it, and is Australia and the government serious about it?
Big question, John.
You like that? I slipped that bit in the end.
That was very clever. You've done this before. Australia led the world in ecotourism certification. 15 years ago, we introduced the first in the world. Ecotourism Australia is 20 years old this year, so we were formed just after the International Ecotourism Society formed. So we've been at the forefront. We were seen as world leaders, and when I travel overseas, people say to me, Australia is, ecotourism and Australia go hand in hand. Australia is a leader in ecotourism. But I do think that we run the risk of becoming too homogenised in the way that we market this country. And there's a lot of product that aren't nature-based tourism product. But if that's the reason people come here, let's sell to our strengths, and then let's get the economic impact, because they're going to do the other things. So let's make that our economic impact of the tourism industry, but let's sell to our strengths. And I think that in the desire to please everybody, what we do is we tend to become homogenous. And I think we should go, this is what we're good at. Who cares if we as Australians are bored with it as a marketing message? We're actually not the target market.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's play to our strengths. There's research that says that nature is the #1 motivator across all of our international markets to come to Australia. It's what excites them about coming to Australia. Let's play to our strengths.
Now, I'm not going to let you get away with the government bit.
Oh, well, that was my government bit.
So is the government supporting Ecotourism Australia?
Not
financially, but...
We've just become one of the first pilot programs in the National Tourism Accreditation Framework, which is this new TQual accreditation brand that the government's going to be marketing. So in that way, yes, that's a brand that all of our operators will be able to use, and apparently there are going to be marketing benefits to that. So yes, in that way, we certainly get support through different sectors of the government. Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority is a huge supporter of eco-certified product, and that's reflected in their High Standard Tourism Operators program, which for 6 years has been incredibly successful, carries 60% of the visitors to the Great Barrier Reef travel with a High Standard Tourism Operator. So they're in pockets of government we get incredible support. In other places, not as much.
Are you likely to be pitching to the federal government to support you?
I think I do that all the time.
Kym Cheetham, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thanks.